Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the didn't can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
In a Jamaica where execution becomes the norm for crime fighting, the Jamaica Constabulary Force becomes the judge, juror, and executioner in our country. While a deafening silence is coming from the government, the opposition, private sector, the churches, and fearful, downtrodden Jamaicans are lopshot in fear from a tyrannical government. Good evening and welcome to Global TV. The lawless killing by the Jamaica Constabulary Force in the name of fighting crime continues. We are not supporting criminal by any means, but it cannot be that nobody goes on trial anymore, that our police officers become judge, juror, and executioner. It cannot be the norm for crime fighting. Dirty police, come here. How no arrest Surgeon Lawrence Surgeon so clean? Oh come, good evening everybody. Me not going to roll call this evening. Come on, know if me go blow or not. How no arrest Surgeon so clean? How no arrest Lawrence, Marcus, whatever they naming what? How no arrest him so clean? How no arrest him like celebrity? Who the fuck wants to hear his side of the story? I mean, even if you said he pointed a finger at you, we really wouldn't give a toss. We really wouldn't criticize you. Even if you come out, even if you do away with him, and you come out, come tell us it, he pointed a finger at you. We wouldn't give a toss what you want to do with him. But how no arrest Sergeant so clean? How no arrest the person where they look after him? How no arrest the people them where they provide him refuge? Because no arrest him clean. When not send nobody out of room and shot him. And even if he pointed a finger at Uno, we really wouldn't have such a problem. Because when it comes to our justice system in Jamaica, I really do not support the death penalty per se to be applied in Jamaica. But sparingly, in some cases, like child killers and pedophile child killers, like Lawrence Surgeon, in cases like his, I would support the death penalty. But on a broader scale, I have a lot of reservation because of the corrupt investigators that we have in our system, where they can stitch up a case against you and you get the death penalty. So I have reservation on the death penalty on a broad scale, but sparingly in cases like Lawrence, I do support a call for the death penalty, Debbie and Wagwan. I do support the death penalty in his case. But the police arrest him clean compared to others. But before we move on to the extrajudicial killing that we're really out here for, I see on J Progress platform and TikTok where he put out some information where somebody from a community in Manchester passed onto him, which could be a possible lead in the missing Jaden Simit case. And anything about Jaden, we want to get it out there as much as we can, if it provides a lead that can find anything that would bring this story home. But Let us listen to this information and let it get out there. If it's a lead that the police can follow, I hope they have heard it already and is looking into such.
Yes, my lovely people. Welcome to J Progress Entertainment again. My people, I have just been provided with some brand new fresh information about the Jaden Smith case, right? If this will bear any fruit, but I hope that people share this and send this out to the authorities them and make them check, because anything what we get, we have to work with right now, because I know something is not right on Jaden Smith case. People, a source reached out to me, and this source is from the area, Wales, right? In Wales, in Manchester. And people, I don't know if the police have scoured this area, but let this information do not fall on deaf ears, because we not let no stone unturned. So my people, what I have in front of me,
Mr. Cool and Deadly, it's not somebody who I'm happy to bring to my platform, but it's just because the information is about Jaden, to be honest with you.
here, when it comes on to the Jaden situation, if the police have not yet checked the family abandoned house where them have in a place called Blue House, you have 2 old tank and a old pit toilet there. So a place that is called Blue House, where the family them property, abandoned family house, police officers, authorities who is carrying out the search, who no go and go check Blue House. 2 abandoned tank did it, and a old pit toilet, who no go and go check it out. If this information have any credibility, if it bear any fruit, we may just come up with something. So officers, who no dig into the family them business, find out about Blue House. The family house were abandoned with 2 tank there and a pit toilet, and we no see if there is anything or any trace of Jaden Smith there. People, right now, me tell you, say this is a case where me feel compelled to take on. And everybody on social media knows say, when J Progress take on any case out here, him no stop beat it till something come of it. Whether we find Jaden dead or alive, we want Jaden. Whether he's going to come back home safely to his family, or whether his family is going to get his body to give him a proper burial, we want Jaden Smith. And me say, I don't care who will think otherwise. I think strongly that the family know about Jaden Smith. This person begged to be anonymous, and this person say they are from the community of Wales and they don't want anybody to know their identity. They want to remain anonymous, and I will keep it as such. They have the biggest concern, and they think the police should have a look at an abandoned family house nearby that is called Blue House. It has 2 old tank and an old pit toilet. Officers, this information reached me, and right now we have nothing to go off as in regards to Jaden Smith. Ever since the 26th of September, we no see Jaden Smith, other than rumors going around that they see Jaden and Jaden sped off on this. That is garbage. That is just them putting out rumors out there in the air for people to think that Jaden Smith is still there and well, and that is up and down freely. A 12-year-old little boy, Panimoon out there in the streets of Jamaica, with no protection, with no nothing, with nothing. Now, no, tell me, say he must survive right now. People, let me tell you this. You see, nowadays, you cannot trust family members when it comes on to kids. Take it as me tell you. Some of them themselves are unalive. Little pitney. You hear me I say? You see what has happened to Shantina, and if the police them never search properly, them wouldn't know say it lead right back to the daddy. No. If in fact Jaden wasn't scared, didn't think that his life was at risk or whatever, we would have been seeing Jaden Smith right now. Jaden, a little 12-year-old boy with a promising future. He take part in the cadet in school. No, because you know him want to learn principle. Them same is a hard-working, willing boy. That's the way the anti-husband say. And most of the time when nothing is there for do, even when they tell them one picnic, they are not doing it, then pay Jaden for do it. Jaden love money, so Jaden are going to do it. But as I said before, I have seen many of these cases where family member give them pitney for keep to other family member, and them treat that pitney like dog and make sure say for them pitney get the best treatment. You know how much people they are foreign and left them pitney with family member and them no have a clue how them the pitney they is being treated. I know of adult kids right now who was left with family member and they are adult right now and them eat them family like a pies. Them never deal with them for them left out of the house. Because them treat them like a dog. Them treat them like a reject. You understand?
So anything about Jaden, we want to get it out there. But we live in a Jamaica where certain time when things happen, people from certain communities feel more comfortable passing on information to vloggers rather than passing it on to the police, because them know say passing it on to the police, them name can get back out there. Say them call XY name or them say XY. So sometime you find people are more confident in imparting certain information, especially in crimes and things like that, to vloggers rather than to the police, because them feel safer imparting the information. But dirty police, come here. Dirty police, because we know people want love to point finger off town. Even if we not tell we say, after Lawrence killing that rape and killing daughter, even if we don't come tell us Lawrence point finger at town, we wouldn't really bat an eyelid. But we don't really arrest him like a celebrity. We don't know what secret he have for no.
Then if you cover up in head, the head not cover up. Rape a boy, they kill him. I mean, they cover up his head. They not fi cover head. They not fi cover him up. We can't sleep. We can't sleep, officer. Left him. Let him make we kill him, officer. Rape a boy. We can't sleep. We want to see him. We make sure I say him that. We can't sleep, officer. We can't sleep. Him. Me see when they let him out when he come down. You say come out. We can't sleep. We can't sleep. He mash up with mine. Officer, let him out. Make we done him. We can't sleep. We can't sleep, Marcus. We can't sleep. We don't let him out, officer. Justice! Justice! Justice, officer, justice! Justice! Marcus, you're too wicked! Marcus, we can't sleep! Marcus, we can't sleep! Justice! We don't get a liquor fight. We don't feel good, officer. Officer, we don't feel good. Make sure you're saying dead. Murderer! Blood the fire shoulder. Justice! Murderer! We want justice! Justice! We can't.
Who was protecting the fugitive, one might ask? Them can't arrest Sosa Lawrence because it look like a bush, they ain't gonna take him out. But you know, see how they arrest him like a celebrity? You know, see them how them arrest him like celebrity. Me don't know what plan him and them have. Because me see how them a walk and shoot down everybody were involved in a Commodore. Now the police, when Commodore just happened, then drop the violent talk. I know we not hear them say Judge or Maker, Van Back or Checha. They keep emphasizing we're going to use all means necessary within the law. The whole of them keep emphasizing that. But when me tell you say a lie, them I tell a trick with. Them on go tone down the violent rhetoric, but the behavior remains the same. No. Remember when Cherry Tree Massacre happened? The police used the opportunity that, because that's when Andrew first came out with the Judge or Maker, isn't it? When Cherry Tree Lane Massacre. Am I correct in that? But even if I never at that time he come out with it, he step up Judge or Maker that time. And we saw where the police used the opportunity to go around during that time and cut down a lot of young men, telling us that they are suspects. Note the word, suspects. A suspect doesn't have to be the person who actually carried out the crime. A suspect can be a wrong identity. A suspect deserves to be placed in front of the court. A suspect deserves to be questioned by the police. A suspect deserves to provide a defense. That is how the law normally works in black letter law and in practice. But things have changed in Jamaica. Indicom have identified a raft of things. But one of what Indicom identify happened in a very recent shooting, as they say, linked to the Commodore massacre, where they apparently send the mother out of the room before they shot the young man. How are we to know that these people are the ones who are responsible for the crime? We can't say, because we cannot trust the police information. Besides, they're not giving us any information other than they open fire at them and they return fire. Mark Golden, If you had won the election, as same way as if you were the prime minister, you would have silent an extrajudicial killing as you are now silent as the opposition and extrajudicial killing. Because execution by the police is not a way to fight crime. Even if they are the people who are involved in the territory lane, in the what's you call it, Commodore. Even this one we didn't go for today, or yesterday or whenever. They have no intention of bringing anybody to question anybody, to charge anybody. It's just on the spot execution. And it's the same old argument. They open fire. Indicom have identified a lot of things. Tampering with evidence, destroying evidence on CAM and CCTV, not turning on their body-worn camera, the way they handle weapon they claim to have seized in raid. It cannot be the normal practice that we're subjected to as a people. If we as a people accept that this is the way of crime fighting, where the police can shoot down a suspect, one that could be a mistaken identity. It's a dangerous road to go down. It is a dangerous thing to give green light to, especially when you have police who operate so reckless and brutal with it. It's not about supporting criminal. We want them to fight crime through the legal means, not become murderers themselves. Not become murderers themselves in the name of fighting crime and getting rid of murders. Because the problem is, it's the migration of crime. What they're doing, the gangsters are bad man, them and migrate from one community to the other. The more them set up them zoos or whatever they call it. So it's not about crime really being solved. It's more about the crime that the criminals migrate from one area to another and then set up shop and start all over again. But the demons is loose over the country. Both the gunman and the police them. Since election over, demons let loose in the country. You wonder what on earth is going on. We cannot, Jamaica, harbor this as the norm for policing. It is dangerous. We want them to fight crime, but we don't want crime fighting to be where police can just turn a gun at suspects. It is not good. It is very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And if we keep Jamar Ferguson in the forefront, given all what have came out, and even cases prior to that, we have enough information not to trust what the police say to us. or to question, for that matter, the information coming from the police and operations carried out by the police. They have placed themselves in that situation where we cannot believe them anymore. We cannot take their story to be true anymore, because they have, in the Jamal Ferguson case, they have showed their hands. Look at a recent situation that is out now, linked to Commodore, they say.
Accept human rights line of territory. Eh? You can't kill a man enough. You and them run out, woman out there, house and not kill innocent youth. You there? I kill family enough. I don't say I shoot all them enough. Only have to use more with the human rights people. You can't get come on and run them on fire. Look what you vote for. Eh? Look what you vote for, people. Like community, look here. Eh? Eh? Come on, man, you're going to kill him out. I told you what that is for. I'm not saying you don't have to go. Man, I kill him out. Yeah? Innocent youth who go to black this morning. I don't have me man out the yard. Eh? Run man out the yard. Eh?
Jamaica, this is not policing, you know. This is not policing. This is legalized gangsterism. If you make your way all the way into the house and you no shot no, then you couldn't do a clean arrest and bring him in. Jamaica, this is not a behavior to harbor. It is dangerous. We saw, let me play back Jamal Ferguson. Me couldn't understand, say, we are in danger. We're becoming, our young men are becoming an endangered species. Police just go around and kill wantonly. This is why we're asking, calling on the opposition to come out and speak to the government's rhetoric on this whole matter, where the government continue on a day-to-day basis to promote violence. The violence the government asks the police to approach crime fighting with. It is a very dangerous thing when the Prime Minister and the leader and the Minister of National Security can give dangerous green lights, like telling police officers to shoot first and ask questions after, or put them in a van back or stretcher. Make them meet their judge or their maker. These are dangerous things to say as a leader of the country. There's nowhere in our law books, that says let them meet their judge or their maker, or let them go in a van back or stretcher. That's not our law. We don't have those in our law when it comes to crime fighting. Our law doesn't give police the power to use illegal ways and means to fight crime. Doesn't give them that. That's why so much of them are on murder charge, because they just go around murdering Jamaicans and not providing us any information. Is just a one line, they pointed a gun at me. And to date, not one police come out of any of these gun confrontation suffering from any gunshot wound, fatality, or anything. These idiots just always tend to seem to just point the gun at police. I don't know if I have scare the police them or whatever, but them have a habit of just pointing the gun at police. Or I don't know if after them point the gun, them freeze. This type of policing is dangerous. And we're asking the opposition to speak up if they don't agree with this execution and the police say so. We can't continue like this, Jamaica. You remember this guy where the police did put out information, wrong identity, and when him turn up a police station, them have him there for how much day, and they were disappointed that he turned himself in because they wanted to kill him, and it turned out it wasn't him. And when if then they book upon him before in going to the police station, then would have shoot him and put a gun upon him and send gun upon them. I understand why Jamaicans feel fearful in speaking up against these things and speak out on these things or take a stand against these things. Silence is not the way, though, Jamaica. When we're dealing with ruthless, narcissistic people like the Labour Party and the orders they're giving to the security services, is not something where we should let fear take us over. Because I tell you, if fear takes us over, it's only going to get worse. We have to unite as a people. We have many divisions around us, but let us unite against state oppression. Because whether we're religious, whether we're PNP, whether we're Labour right, or whether we're independent, we face police brutality doesn't come with the political colors attached to it. Police brutality is just police brutality. And we need to unite around a common cause. Too much young men are being shot by the police, and we're not given any explanation. Jamar Ferguson blew the lid out of the water because it opened, for those who never seen Romario's case, it opened up to everybody now that what we're saying about the police murdering innocent men, there's a lot of truth to it. Now that we have the evidence, and they continue to do it while we have the evidence of their surreptitious behavior when they want to kill. We cannot let this argument go, because just like they use the Cherokee Lane massacre to go around killing many young men, it's the same thing they're doing with the Commodore massacre as well. And the truth, we don't know, or we cannot say that the security services was involved in the massacre or not. We just cannot say. We cannot hold our security force rather, to the highest standard to say, no, that is beyond the standard which we see from them all the time. We just cannot say that. what we can say for Jamaica Constabulary Force, based on their repeated behavior. Violet, you're late. Welcome, though. Based on their repeated behavior, we cannot say that the Jamaica Constabulary Force possible have no involvement in what happened in Commodore. How has Andrew come back from the United Nations? Blood sacrifice, just a go on, so blood drinking, just a go on, so. Now the police shot the young man and he just scrape him up, put in the van back. What about processing crime scene before you move the body? Police officer cannot kill him already. We cannot have a police them so lawless, Jamaica. It's threatening to all of us. It's not about the ones who are really involved in crime, who the law must pursue through legal means. But when you have police willing to come into your house and shoot you, plant weapon on you, and tamper with or destroy evidence and lie about it, it is a dangerous thing. It is a very dangerous thing that one could do that. And we're asking everybody in all cross sector of Jamaica to use your voices when it comes to stamping out police violence. Beat and teacher just come wagwan. Use your voice to speak out against police violence, because not that we cannot only accept the violence from the criminals, we cannot accept it from the police neither, and it shouldn't be what we get from the police, and it's not the norm. We cannot tolerate the police violence. We must stand against it, because Jamar Ferguson situation open up our eyes to something else that we need to focus on. It's just not taking the police words to say that that person is a criminal. One, the law doesn't give police the power to take the life of a criminal. If the police say they point gun at them, we sometimes used to swallow the story. But after how Jamal Ferguson opened them up, we can no longer believe stories like those. The stain Jamal Ferguson left in our head, the Jamal Ferguson execution, left in our head. Any foregoing where the police discharged their weapon, that's the first image that rolled back to us. That nasty stain from seeing how far that the police are willing to go to commit the crime, to obstruct justice. It is dangerous. These are our police. The people them where we're supposed to depend on, to look after we. Them just a go around and a kill with impunity. And everybody silent. Everybody is silent. People barely want to speak about it. Even the opposition, who should be the guardrail for us, even them are in absolute silence.
This now viral video shows the now deceased Jamar Farquharson opening the door to his dwelling in Cherry Lane, Clarendon, minutes to 3 p.m. Monday, September 15. The concern for relatives is what happened before and or after this apparent surrender that would cause the 22-year-old mixologist to be killed by police. A request to the JCF for the official report on the fatal shooting has gone unanswered. But CCTV footage obtained by CVM News from 2:34 up to 3 p.m. gives us a timeline of the events. The first video was captured at 2:34 p.m. Jamar arrives home from work. His housemate who also works with him confirmed this with CVM News. He's eating a patty and makes his way upstairs to his room. At 2:38 p.m., he takes off his shirt and walks to his room. He stays there until 2:56 p.m. when he sees the police arrive at the gate. He runs with his phone to let them inside. He was home alone. This is where the plot develops. From this video, we know Jamar is outside. 2:57 to 2:58 p.m., police enter and search the entire building. The cameras don't show it, but they force their way into 4 other rooms other than Jamar's. When we visited, we were shown the damage to each door. In fact, this door was badly damaged. No one else was there. Then they turned this camera sideways. But it continues recording on a cloud. They unplugged the internet at 3:31 p.m. But the camera downstairs continued recording before the police disconnected the internet and captured several of the team members walking in and out, stopping and checking behind chairs, conversing with each other, even talking on the phone. In this video alone, we count at least 10 policemen and women in conversation while Jamar is outside. The last video was recorded at 3:31 p.m. The other tenant says the internet was disconnected and his 3 cameras upstairs taken by police. He brought us to the room and showed us what appeared to be bullet holes in the wall where Jamar was reportedly shot. Bloodstains were still present. Indicom has all the footage seen by CVM News and is investigating. The other tenant has since moved out in fear, telling CVM News the police have circled the area every day since the shooting. Residents staged a protest on Saturday demanding answers. Jamar's aunt, who raised him, also wants answers.
It don't take a rocket science to know that you have to have a search warrant. Whose name is on the search warrant?
Giovanni Dennis.
This is another possible behavior of the police as well. Intimidating possible witnesses or families or the community after they carry out such execution. The police left us with nothing but to believe that they are criminal themselves. That's all we can believe. No, when you carry out such a crime, the police I'm talking about, you ought to contact Indicom before you move the body from the scene. This is not just a shooting where the person is alive. You have shot and killed him. Indicom meant to come process the crime scene before you move the body, isn't it? But nothing in Jamaica works. Andrew Holness and him police them and him MP them a law unto them own self. It no worry, no say Andrew Holness a cling closer to Benjamin Netanyahu than African countries and than CARICOM. It no bad, no. Talk truth. It no bad, no say Andrew Holness want to shuffle up with the worst on the planet, but not want to have a relationship. Text me. Not want to have a relationship with Israel. No, sorry, with Africa and CARICOM. Doesn't it bother you? Hold on, the globalist. It should send a chill down your spine that this is what we have come to, where few prime minister rather support violence than support unity. But what we need to do is to really understand what's going on around us and make sure we unite as a people. Because you see the one, them are go pick way off more than more. We have to show the police that we don't believe in this. This is not necessary. We don't support this. We support crime fighting where you bring criminals to justice. We don't support a crime fighting where you execute criminals because you can execute the wrong person by mistaking identity. As we can see in a Jamal Ferguson situation, it's a dangerous thing, not for criminals, just for the ordinary Jamaican. Very dangerous. We're all on our own with these Jamaicans. The rich and high and mighty, the politician, everybody that is in their secure environment and them secure spaces, them not really care about us. You know them a talk about it, you know them don't want to talk about it. So just know so we out upon we own. Because they never police uptown this in this manner. They're not going to police uptown in this manner. This is a ghetto type of policing. They're not going to quick to shoot down rich people, children like this. Because there are many different Jamaica, and different people get different treatment. Depends which of the Jamaica you exist in. And the police them create another tier of Jamaican right here now, where I would have called the sitting duck Jamaicans, just waiting for a police officer pick them off. This cannot be the way for crime fight in Jamaica. And we want to fight crime in another way, where our courts doesn't matter anymore. Our police procedures, operational procedures rather, doesn't matter anymore other than discharging your weapon. That's last resort policing, Prime Minister, which is on your order, based on your utterances. Or police officers use a last resort to approach crime fighting. A backwards way of going on. We're meant to improve and develop with all of these money where you tell us so you invest and you do this and you do that. and through a police officer them can't apprehend no criminal. One should have shame so much on the murder charge, you know. This is why I don't like Indicom. If I hurt no, no give Indicom work to do, a whole heap of still end up on murder charge. The corruption of the system, though, especially at the parish court level, where Royal Reed case is at the moment. All of these judges are crooked. So now we're getting away bailed out. But we can't support this. It is not the norm. With law books prescribe certain ways of fighting crime. Certainly shooting down suspects. And you must focus on that word, suspect. You don't even sure if it's the right person. One second, globalist. Let me take this. Hello? Okay. One second, globalist. We can't accept this to be the norm. It's not. Me see it already, but I don't want, I'm not going to react to that right now. May I wait for if anything come forward from any official confirmation. So me see it, but may I wait on. May I see it, but may I wait on. Let us look at what the recent execution in relation to Commodore.
Only have to use move with the human rights in people. You can't come on the road. Look what you vote for. Look what you vote for, people. Like community, look here. I come on, man, about killing man. I told you what that is for. I'm not saying what you don't know. I'm kill man, dog. Yeah? Innocent youth who go back this morning. I don't have me man out the yard. Eh? Run man out the yard. Eh?
It doesn't surprise me, to be honest. It's quite much the norm. It's just that they use the massacres to turn up the violence. They use the massacre to turn up the violence. But the police have been going on this cold-blooded execution for quite some time. They have been going on this cold-blooded execution for quite some time. That's why over the last 5 years, the rate of police murder have increased by 500%, more than politicians' salary. Police killing innocent Jamaicans in the last 5 years went up by 500%. What Jamar Ferguson's situation does. Yes, INDECOM put out a report last Thursday. In the last 5 years, police killing went up by 500%. At the moment of the 67 cases they investigate, I think for this year, of 67 they've investigated for this year, 49 have been charged for murder. So it is getting woefully out of hand. It is getting woefully out of hand. And as a country, we cannot accept this as crime fighting. It is not what our law book prescribes. It is a dangerous utterance of a reckless prime minister and a criminal minister of national security. We cannot fight crime on the gangster talk coming from a prime minister and a minister of national security. And that's why speaking responsible as leaders matters. Because the way how the police step up their behavior after the massacre, after the Cherokee Lane massacre, and you see how this police them step up the violent behavior, was after Andrew Holness gave them the judge, our maker, all clear. And later on, Horace Chang come with the Jeep back, our Checha. And the police violence escalate more and more and continue to get out of hand. We cannot tolerate this. We must stand against it. We're not saying our officers shouldn't fight crime, but going around shooting down suspect is not fighting crime. Because first of all, the suspect doesn't have to be the actual criminal. The suspect can be a mistaken identity. So that's not a way of policing. Police don't have the power to pronounce death upon you. Police have the knife and use it as a last resort. But our police them use a last resort mechanism to approach crime fighting, which is dangerous. When you accept it like this, it's not going to only apply to criminals, as we saw in Jamar Ferguson's case. It can apply to any innocent Jamaicans, particularly young men. Your son, brother, nephew, cousin don't have to be involved in crime. Because up until now, the police haven't come out and told us, since the evidence of the police crime in Jamar Ferguson's house surfaced, the police haven't come out and tell us what crime Jamar Ferguson was involved in. Bar Jamar tried to reach in and they closed them for one gun and then give him 4 shots. We don't hear from the police what crime Jamar was involved in, why Uno go there, or who Uno go there to for that matter. Nothing. Further, everybody just gone in a silence as if we figure quiet over this. We cannot normalize this type of policing. This is not an anti-police thing. This is the anti-police brutality. This is the anti-excessive force. This is the anti-judge, juror, and executioner by the police. We judge them want work for do. If we don't continue at the rate of one now go, judge and lawyer going to have to go get knock up a stall together. Because them now go have anything for do. This is not the way forward, Jamaica. We need sensible, intelligent crime fighting. We don't need a wild, wild west crime fighting. Because that's what we get from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Where you go in a people house, and then after you go in at the house, the people them still manage to take gun pint after you, but never manage to pull the trigger yet. Them have a habit of pointing gun after you. But you notice none of them never managed to pull the trigger yet. Or none of them don't have courage to pull the trigger. What's the point of pointing guns at you, sir? That's why if you can tell we say, Marcus point a gun at town, and it wouldn't matter to it if whatever you want to do with Marcus, even if you tell we say Marcus point finger at town, it wouldn't matter to us. Cannot go around killing suspects. And the opposition must speak out on the extrajudicial killing in our country. We never elect them to be silent. We elect them to stand up for it. And while we see the government, even though they tone down, preaching the rhetoric, the behavior coming from the police is no different. It's the same onslaught. All the legal means necessary that they were telling us about, it was just a fraudulent argument. Because their legal means necessary is at the point of the tip of their bullet. If you accept it as a crime fighting mechanism, at what point will that level of crime fighting turn up at your door? At what point that level of crime fighting will get to your door? At what point will you become affected by this type of crime fighting? It's dangerous. And that is Anjofi called terrorism. Where Jamaica people don't feel safe with the police. Jamaica people don't trust the police. Fear is not the way forward though, Jamaica. Me understand why you not fear. Me understand why a lot of people fearful. However, it is not the way forward. The fear is actually a dangerous thing. The fear is what they use to normalize the behavior or where they want to keep you in your place. And if the fear works and they get what they want out of you the first time, as they know them say you are in to take a nail, them coming back for more. You have to preserve your rights. You have to preserve your freedom. And that means life as well. We want to police them to fight crime. But we don't want to police them to go around committing more murders than the criminal. And in the case of the country now, It's a competition between the police and the gunman who kill we first or who kill more away. And that's how we do. But we depend upon the police to do the right thing. Because when the police kills, the police kill on behalf of us, the people of Jamaica. The police kill on behalf of the state of Jamaica. So when we talk about state violence and state brutality, that same violence and brutality meted out to us is on behalf of us by the very same people we pay to look after us. These are the same people that is turning guns at us. These are the same people that would come into your house, shoot you, and then plant a gun. We are in a very dangerous place, Jamaica. Remember, before the general election, we asked, if Andrew Holness given another 5 years, will your son make it through that 5 years? I don't think we need to keep asking the question, because the question keep answering itself. What is our way forward, you may ask? My answer would be unity, because as a splintered group, they really don't care about us. But imposing a united front, you may actually just get some response from them, or might get them to even take note that you are serious about what you are doing. But fair Jamaica is not the way forward, believe you me. Fair is going to put us in a worse situation, because the process of fear also desensitizes us from the horror of a situation. This is why when things like these happen, we do not have a national outrage, or even though if people are outraged, they rather be outraged on their veranda rather than outraged in the street, because you don't want retaliation from the state or otherwise. They say crime is down, but wouldn't you say police violence is up? Swap black dog for monkey. Isn't that what we have done? The police take down the crime but escalate it on for them part. How much of a sense does that make, Andrew Holness? When you keep campaigning around the world and country, say crime is down. But your police officers, Andrew Holness, in the last 5 years, there's an increase by 500% increase of them murdering Jamaicans. How do you work that out, Prime Minister? How do you work that out? Police killing gone up by 500%, bigger than your salary, but yet still crime down. So we stop black dog for monkey. All right, make we get rid of the gangster them and we do the killing ourselves. What's to say that the police is not involved in the Commodore massacre? What's to say that the police was not involved in the Cherry Tree Lane massacre? We have to question everything now. Every operation by the police, every information put out to the public by the police, we have to question these information. We cannot take them to be so. After all of what we saw in the whole Jamar Ferguson execution, we cannot and should not trust the police. And not everybody in the force dirty. But overall, the force don't give themselves a good name. And if they don't give themselves a good name, we cannot run around and look after them. We pay them to serve and protect. We never pay the Jamaica Constabulary Force to turn guns at us. That's not what we paid for. We never paid the Jamaica Constabulary Force to shoot down suspect. What if the suspect is a wrong person? What if the suspect was not even involved in the crime at all? This is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And we must not harbor these type of crime fighting, these type of quick fix, this type of DIY crime fighting, and I saw it go. Police can work with intelligence, because Myrna Wagwan. Work with intelligence to guide them operations. The one line of lie where it changed from being fired up and on return fire, and later on men were found in nearby bushes, bleeding, suffering from gunshot wound with a 9mm spent shell and a whatsoever found next to him. Now is that going at the house and then pint gun pound, or then reaching a clothes for gun, or then reaching a drawer for gun, or then something there. Why nothing we wouldn't believe? Even if we used to believe it, before shoot Jamar and come tell with a lie, say Jamar reach for gun. And then all hell break loose when we see the video came out. Why not think we should believe, or why not think we would want to believe anything we want to say? When we see the length we want to go to execute a man, plant weapon, tell lie upon him, and want we the Jamaica people to help you pull him down out there that he's a criminal, when you have no right to be in his house, you have no right to be in the property. But you, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, went there and you committed multiple crimes: murder, obstruction of justice, tampering with evidence, planting weapon at a crime scene, a whole heap of crime. 23 Jankro. 23 Jankro were murdered Jamar Ferguson. A whole heap of crime when you committing at the house that the 15th of September, Whole heap. Cover up. It's a lot of crime happening on that day. Murder, cover up, tampering with evidence, what's you call it? Obstructing justice, perverting the course of justice, a whole heap of crime. A whole heap of crime. Them 23 police officer commit on the 15th of September. When them something is so blatant. Oh, sorry. The sleeping spirit, come on. When them something is so blatant, these police ought to be charged forthwith. Putting these monsters, these criminals in back room and have them a walk on street knowing that they're cold-blooded murderers. But it is highly possible that demonic forces have taken over with police them, because the way how we police them behave, the humanity has stripped away pound day by day. Every time we look pound, we soon lose a bunch of humanity. The people and the police is becoming far apart. The communities and the police is becoming far apart. This is not the way to fight crime. You're not going to do it successfully through brute force. The violence that this government is advancing at us will only beget more violence. And I warn you, Prime Minister, stop pushing Jamaicans. Stop pushing them. The fact that they have lost the rebellious spirit, the fact that they have lost the rebellious spirit that we came off the plantation with, we can snap back into gear at any time. We can snap back into gear at any time. So careful of how far you want to push us, Prime Minister. But my appeal to the people of Jamaica is that police brutality is a common cause which we can unite around. Leave our other divisions aside. When it comes to police brutality, all of us are subjected to it. And that is something that we ought to unite around and we ought to take a stand against. Because if we approach them 1122, then we turn gun at we. But when we approach them nationally as a united front, they see that this is something we have to take note of because it's of a major concern nationally. Don't expect the people, Jamaica, who create the problem to be the solution. Our police and our politicians in our country is never going to provide a solution. What I can tell you that they will do is provide us more and more problem as the day progresses. But never, ever think that solution for economic justice, social justice, and political justice lies with our politician. We, the people, have to play an active role in getting our foot up on that ladder of the trident of justice, social, economic, and political. Thank you for being here with us tonight on Global TV. The sleeper bunks me left to right. If you're new to the program, please give us a follow or a subscription. So when we go live, you will certainly get our notification. And please do join us back tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program. Thank you very much for being here. Lovely to have your support. And please make sure you turn up tomorrow morning bright and early as we continue all over again. Thank you and good night from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first and for make up what I seen to. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead that can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Bring him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black. Bring him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.